everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be checking out some new pedals that I have for the Trek Madone. So I have been using the Favero power pedals, and they are in a 105 pedal body. So the reason why I chose the Favero pedals is because they were recommended by a friend, and you can get the internals that you can put into Shimano pedals. I was used to Shimano pedals. It was a cheaper way to get them as well because I had Shimano pedals, and then getting the power meters was much cheaper versus just getting the full body through Favero Assioma, which at the time when I bought them a couple years ago only had look versions of the full pedal bodies and the power meters. So it worked out great, and I've been switching them between the Trek Emonda and the Trek Madone, and it's worked out great. So I will be doing an update and just checking out what we've done with the Trek Madone. However, it does get annoying, especially in the season, when I'm switching between the two bikes for different reasons. I'm using the Madone for pretty much every club ride since I've had the Madone. However, I still use the Emonda for fun rides, coffee rides, as well as my climbing bike. So this is still in use. It's actually rebuilt and up here. And so instead of jumping back and forth with the power meter pedals, I ended up upgrading for the Trek Madone the Pro RS2. So the Favero Assioma pedals, this is the power meter. The RS is the Shimano version, and the RS2 versus the one is these are power meters in both the left and right pedal. Now, spec-wise, why did I go with the Pro RS versus just getting another pair of the older model where I can just get the bodies and get a Shimano pedal? So the reason why is a couple reasons. One, I didn't have an extra 105 Ultegra or Dura-Ace Shimano pedals, so I'd have to purchase those anyways. And then with the bodies, they're still accurate, they're great. It would still weigh the same or a little bit lighter if I go with, let's say, an Ultegra pedal. And when I was looking at the Pro RS, the beautiful thing is they're super light. It's the full body, and looking in detail, I'll probably put the specs up here on the weight versus the new ones versus my old setup, and share also in the specs over here and how they compare to Dura-Ace pedals without power meters. So without further ado, let's unbox this and see what comes in the box. All right, so there they are. The Favero Assioma Pro RS2. And because I already have a pair of Favero power pedals, I already have the app, so you do need the app to set it up and update any software updates that this will have. So I know that will be something I'll need to do as well. Great packaging, like, look at that, beautiful. This is not gonna be an in-depth review. This is basically just an unboxing. I'm gonna install them, and then I will take them for a ride on my club ride, which will hopefully be tomorrow. So in the box, we do have some paperwork. We do have the Favero power pedals. And what is nice, it also does come with Shimano cleats as well. and charging clips. Now, what I can see right now is I love that it has the red in there, which will match my Madone. And it looks like it has a more normal Q factor. So on my old Favero Assioma, I'll put some video here. You're gonna notice that this piece here is much smaller, which will give you more of a normal Q factor like the normal SPD SLs. And it looks like they put all that extra electronics into the internals of the pedal. Okay, so let's just install these onto the bike. And if I miss anything in the box, we'll share that as well. All right, so I have installed the pedals onto the Madone. I'm gonna charge them up tonight, take them out for a test drive, do any software updates that I need to do through the app, and just a few things that I did miss. It does come with some USB-C charging cables, and it has the hardware to set up the cleats, so that is good. And again, 2 of the charging clips. So I can see that there. So what's nice about this is if you have USB-C cables, let's say to charge your phone, etc., is that for travel purposes, you don't actually have to bring the USB-C cables. You can just bring these little clip-ons, if you need to charge up your pedals. All right, so while I'm on the topic of the bike, now the Madone has gone through some great rides. I think pretty much every ride since I've gotten this bike, I've been getting PR after PR after PR. So just kind of a quick overview on the Trek Madone. It is the Project 1 SLR7, which means that it's running full Ultegra Di2, and I am using a 5236 chain rings in the front, and I'm running a 1134 cassette in the back. Now, a few upgrades that I've done to the bike is I'm using a Dura-Ace chain. I am also upgraded the routers. I am running Dura-Ace routers, which I believe is, I'm gonna have to double check it. If I'm wrong, I'll update it on the screen, but I'm running Dura-Ace 160 millimeter rotors. The other changes that I've done is I have 165 millimeter cranks. Now the frame is a size small, and for my saddle post, I actually changed it from black from the red seat post. I just felt it was just kind of a nicer, cleaner look for the handlebars and the seat. So that is black, matching the handlebars. The seat that I'm using is a NV SLR Boost, SLR 3D printed seat. And I do have an absolute black oversized pulley wheel that I installed. And I changed the bottom bracket to the Chris King T47 threaded bottom bracket in red. The other things that I've done is instead of the Bontrager wheels, I am using the 5263 reserve wheels. They are using the DT180 hubs. And for tires, I am using the Continental Aero 111 29s in the front. And I am using the GP5000 STR 30mm tires in the rear. So this is my Trek Madone Gen 8 Project 1 SLR 7 with those upgrades, and now installed with the Favero Assioma pedals. I'll update you in the next video and how they went, but for now, I'll catch you in the next one.